Joining us this Friday afternoon are Attorney Ferdinand Hernandez, the head of the Philippine delegation to the 2026 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and Ambassador to the World Trade Organization, Dondi Teehankee. Gentlemen, welcome to Storycon and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Magandang hapon. Good morning in Geneva.
Good morning.
In Davos. Davos.
Good afternoon, sir.
Magandang hapon to to the televiewers. Magandang hapon, Regina, Ed, and of course, Ronald. Magandang hapon sa inyo.
Magandang hapon.
Sir, I'm talking to Congressman Attorney Hernandez. Can I just verify, first of all, that you are still a congressman, right, in the 20th Congress?
Yes, I'm now the Senior Deputy Speaker.
Yes, he's the head of our delegation, Senior Deputy Speaker.
Congratulations. When were you promoted to SDS?
Again?
Congratulations. When were you promoted to SDS?
I think last year. Late last year.
Late last year. Oh my. Kasi there was some shuffling at the top,
20th
diba?
Congress, nagsimula na last year.
No, I know. Pero they changed some speakers, some SDS, right?
Long time no see, Congressman.
Yes, Ronald, nice to see you.
Yeah.
I've been watching you and from, alam mo, masyado kang popular eh.
Naku, yan
So
na.
I always listen and watch you.
Baka
In-demand ka ngayon.
more unpopular, Kong.
Siya po yung aming international man of mystery from Manila.
Kamusta dyan, Kong, Mr. Teehankee, no? Ano ba yung tingin ng mga
Teka lang.
international delegates dyan, tsaka mga businessmen sa Pilipinas? Dahil nagsalita ako 2 days ago sa isang malaking business corporation dito na puro mga foreign investors. Medyo very worried sila sa nangyayari sa atin, lalo na itong latest impeachment cases. No? Maliban pa dito sa unprecedented corruption scandal. Ano bang tingin ng mga nandyan sa ating bansa ngayon?
Well, unang-una, I'd like to congratulate Ambassador Dondi Teehankee and the team, no, for tremendous success in this first ever Philippine Investment Pavilion. And I can feel the interest, I can feel the vibe that, they were probably surprised to see that the Philippines finally put up a pavilion for the first time. And this is a collaboration between government institutions and, of course, the private sector. And I've seen a lot of interest. I was here more than, siguro, last day today, no? Pack-up day today. And I can see that it was successful and a lot of interest were shown during from Monday till yesterday. So I think Dondi will be able to discuss in details other interest and the success of this first ever Philippine Investment Pavilion.
Yes, of course, we're very excited and we're very glad. This is the first ever country pavilion at Davos, and we heard a lot of visitors, CEOs, the investment community in Davos congratulate us on a very substantive and active presence here in Davos. As you know, President Trump, 70 heads of state were here, and we had a strong message from President Marcos that indeed we are committed and open for business. What makes the pavilion very different is the strength of the public-private participation. We had emerging Filipino companies. Hotel 101 Double Dragon gave a very impressive panel session. We had takeaways from signings and MOU with the SSS and also with SSS and also with BCDA. The BCDA we had a visitor from Aqua Power of Saudi Arabia. They spoke very highly of the investment potential of the Philippines. And coming from our foreign investor partners, they were the ones who spoke here in the pavilion about that investment is a long-term relationship. We had a very strong program of conversations that put the Philippines at the center stage here in Davos. A highlight was the participation and inaugural high-level panel by Dr. Nongozi Okonjo-Iweala and the Nobel laureate on economics, Michael Spence. We even got an exclusive from Michael Spence on his opinions on Greenland, which was quite an exclusive for the Philippines. The other exclusive that was in the Philippine Pavilion was the launch of the updated 2026 McKinsey & Company Country Report, exclusively launched here and will be available by next week. So we are really proud and thankful to Deputy Speaker Ferdinand for being with us and showing to the business and investment community here that the Philippines is indeed open for investment. Maraming salamat.
Siguro, I might add to the question of Ronald earlier. You might be surprised. I mean, I've been here on the second day until the last day. I've met ministers, CEOs. They never asked about the political climate in the Philippines. They never asked about the impeachment. They never asked about the scandal. I think they're more enthusiastic in looking at business opportunities in the country. And medyo na-surprise ako kasi every time I'm introduced, I'm the Senior Deputy Speaker and I have with me Ambassador Dondi and the Maharlika Wealth Fund. You know, it's so automatic. They'll say, oh, we're interested in that wealth fund and we have money to invest. So parang it's a sense of when you put money in the wealth fund of Maharlika, it's sort of my security blanket that our money will be protected. So they never talk about it, politics.
Actually, I have to acknowledge that the Prime Minister of Mongolia, his Secretary of Finance, graced the pavilion. So we will be sending photos. And then the Prime Minister also of South Africa came here. And then, of course, the head of McKinsey came to launch the report. We will send an update and report through our head of delegation on the important visitors that graced and really visited us. We are really grateful to the Davos community.
That's great to hear, Ambassador at saka Deputy Speaker, no? Pero kung mahalaga rin kasi na marami dyan sa mga possible investors natin, papadala yan ng team dito diba? Ng advanced team para tignan yung landscape at saka gumawa ng feasibility study. Usually doon bumabara No, halimbawa, this past few months, kausap ko mismo yung heads ng ECOP at saka ng different chambers of commerce. Medyo nagwo-worry sila dahil hindi lamang walang pumapasok na investor, meron pang mga lumalabas. So, ang kwan kasi nila, dapat as soon as possible, itong mga tensions ngayon sa ating political landscape ay maayos para maayos din itong usapin ng ating mga investments. No? Marami kasi magpapadala ng team, tapos makikita nila medyo magulo, medyo maghihintay sila. They will wait it out hanggang ano yung mangyari. Dahil ayaw nilang i-risk yung pera nila kung merong political instability no, sa ating bansa. Yung mga negosyante yan they want to earn money. No?
I think that's very true. Of course, but the ones who came to see us, quite a few of the CEOs came and said, oh, we're happy to see the Philippines here. We're already doing business there in this scale. We want to scale up. And of course, the others are really aware. Of course, we did not try to sugarcoat too much that there are licenses, permits, many things to do. And that was also the topic of conversation. So in 2023, when President Marcos came into Davos, they announced the launch of the Maharlika Fund bill. And in 25, when the Secretary of Finance came last year, we announced the incentives under Create More. And of course, we invite the CEOs here to give us their constructive criticism. And of course, they always point to faster decision-making, less red tape. And I guess that is why they always want to speak to legislators, cabinet ministers who are here. So that, actually, that's one of the points of Davos is dialogue. That way we can dialogue with them on constructive criticism, like you said.
Well, yun nga, sir, just to add to Ronald's point kanina, it's good that finally we have a pavilion in the WEF, but you might also say it's a peculiar time. It's the best of times and the worst of times. The worst of times because we're going through so many crises,
yeah.
and the times are still set to become more interesting kasi the impeachment cases have been filed, but you expect more to be filed against the VP as well, and then gugulong pa yan. So medyo magiging mas masalimuot pa yan. Now, it may also be what you might call the best of times because it's the best time for us to address these issues ngayon pa lang.
Because a crisis is also an
because,
opportunity.
Yeah, it's an opportunity.
Tama. I really agree because the businessmen want to take advantage of opportunities. So, if the market prices are low, this is the best time. Kasi business, actually, one of the very interesting things that came out in our high-level panel, and of course, just to let you know, Indonesia President Prabowo was here. Our pavilion, so many Filipinos in the diaspora who have companies in the US and Europe. Actually, we were visited by many companies with Filipino executives, including Bain and Company. Maraming Filipinos, they were so happy to see the pavilion. So our neighbors were South Africa, there is the Ukraine house, Brazil house, across us is Poland house and Indonesia. So actually it was quite an exciting week and they were very happy we had a presence. So one of the high-level discussions was you have to turn crisis into opportunity. And even, they spoke even to resilience and relevance. Congressman Brian Poe spoke on AI and youth. And then we had a panel on, of course, Apple the App, our cultural ambassador, was quite a hit in Davos. The house was full last night with his ending night special party. And Black Eyed Peas, Will I Am, J. Ray Soul, and Apple the App, of course, were all in the pavilion. So they spoke of the kindness of the Filipino people and they kept on saying mabuhay at salamat. So I think, as they say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So I don't think there's any, when it comes to business and country development, our loyalty is to boost the Philippines all the way.
Well, let me add, I know there are a lot of political noise at this time. As you mentioned, that we don't know whether it is the best or the worst time in promoting. But for us here, we have to be very, very, very optimistic because, it is something that we have to do to benefit the country. And hindi naman isolated yung what's happening in the Philippines because even here, you've probably seen the rhetorics of Canada, Germany, and Trump. And they're also talking about there's no such thing as a world order now. It's more of uncertainties, fragmented economy. But again, the ending is that they also need pragmatic leaders that will be able to address to uncertain situations, and even their economy has to be calibrated to adjust to uncertainty. So same with us. There's political noise. I think the administration, the president is aware of all this noise and trying to address this and making sure that we move on. The economy will move on because we're talking about what would benefit the entire country.
Yeah.
We also had to highlight that the Davos World Economic Forum is not only about making money, that it's really, the theme this year is spirit of dialogue, given all the geopolitical tensions.
Yeah.
And that is what it offers here. At the same time, as the President said, it's very in line with the ASEAN chairship theme of navigating the future together. So as we navigate the future together as ASEAN, as we navigate the future and dialogue together with the world, sana sa Pilipinas, we are also going to collaborate together despite all our political divisions for the country, because that's the only way, solidarity and unity.
Although geopolitics in Greenland and President Trump took the spotlight this year, one of the overarching topics there was actually AI, artificial intelligence. Did you gentlemen get a better sense of where we are in the AI revolution and what needs to be done in order to stay competitive in this space? And what message are you going to be bringing to President Marcos about that?
Hindi ba tayo may iwan? Hindi ba tayo may iwan ng mga developments sa AI?
Ang galing, we had 2, we had 3, we had 9 panels, and they're all available at philippines@wef.org. They're amazing panels. We were complimented by all the other communities and other pavilions. We had an AI and FinTech panel on day 1, and Congressman Brian Po spoke on AI and youth education. And even DG Dr. Ngozi spoke on the comparative advantage of the Philippines, being we are already ahead in the BPO industry. So it was spoken all over Davos that AI can be a tool. Even Michael Spence was saying, we cannot be over-enthusiastic and over-fearing AI. It's a tool that we need to upskill and continue to train our BPO community in order to preserve jobs. But it was the topic indeed all throughout the week.
Anong
And
nasa
I invite
Cebu?
our viewers to please follow at PH@WEF. All the panel sessions are there.
Siguro,
Ambassador,
one interesting, I was walking around this area and I saw, lahat naman the government and civil society are here when everybody is so concerned about digital transformation. And there are other civic groups that are also worried of the effect of the AI, no? And actually, maganda nga yung nakita ko, there's a parang slogan, we're not just losing time to screens. We are losing what it means to be human. And they call it human change.
So, ang galing sa Davos because all perspectives are being discussed from overly optimistic, medium to negative. Diba? So, it's really a dialogue and the businessmen are not all about profit because long-term. No? So, they're discussing the impact of
kapagit
AI.
nyo, Ambassador, yung AI, no? I was in Cebu 2 days ago. At tinatanggap nila na yung growth corridor, yung growth yung medyo positive yung growth ay yung BPO sector natin. Hindi lang sa Cebu, kundi sa buong Pilipinas. Pero nagwo-worry din sila dahil sa bilis ng AI, madi-displace yung kanilang mga workers. Papalitan na ng AI yung kanilang mga workers. At mukhang wala pang sistema on how to mitigate that, at least at this point. No? Kaya nagwo-worry sila na kailangan habulin yan. At kailangan silang tulungan, hindi lang ng private sector, kung hindi ng gobyerno. Ikalawang tanong, nabanggit nyo, Ambassador, tsaka Deputy Speaker, yung Maharlika Fund. Medyo hindi malinaw na sa amin kung ano na yung status ng Maharlika Fund. Paano, ika-4th year na tayo ng term ni Presidente. At maraming mga na-build up na expectations sa Maharlika. Pero hanggang ngayon, hindi malinaw sa amin kung ano na ba yung status ng Maharlika? Saan na ba papunta ito?
The Maharlika Fund was one of our anchor panels here, and they briefed that, of course, during the first 2 years, it was a lot of administrative and clearance hurdles, plus setting up the management. But now they were in talks. Of course, they have NDAs, but they were in talks with their partners, and they have already launched 3 or 4 done deals.
They have made investments.
Yes, they have made investments, and because a wealth fund is the balance sheet of our nation. Because the budget, as we know, is like an income statement. Every year, you use it or lose it. But the Maharlika Wealth Fund, it doesn't have. Danantara of Indonesia visited us. They talked with Maharlika. Other wealth funds were talking to our Maharlika. Meaning it's a partnership on how to build wealth for the country. So it doesn't have. Of course, the other wealth we have are the Social Security System and GSIS and other government corporations. But we have to know that Maharlika is ours. It will represent the wealth of the Philippines as it improves its balance sheet. So I will definitely get an update report from Maharlika. We always update the Davos community on their latest deals.
Okay. And Speaker Hernandez, did you want to comment on Ronald's first question
First,
about AI
Can
and
you
the
repeat?
BPO industry?
AI.
Yeah, I think as I was saying, no, I don't think we'll be behind. In fact, we keep updating, and we want to make sure that we are in the game, no. But at the same time, tama yun, may pros and cons. And well, the trend now is really digital transformation, and the government has to do something about the human cost of this development. Definitely, it will affect some industries, and especially the labor or the workforce. No,
Yeah.
and again, this is something new, and this is something that we have to prepare.
Yeah.
And we cannot just say we
Yeah.
will just let this happen. So dahil nangyayari na yan, it's a concern now. Then I think it has to be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two takeaways on AI that I can report on.
Just very
One
quickly,
is,
Ambassador.
One, Congressman Brian Poe said that the AI strategy of the Philippines is being formulated now. So we really have to formulate a strategy. So the Philippines has to be strategic on AI. The other big takeaway I gathered from the panel session here, one of the panelist experts said, robots will not take away the jobs of the BPO community. However, another employee with AI tools knowledge and
Yeah.
skills may take away his or her job. So that's the key. We have to keep on upskilling our people so that they can use AI tools, because the only one that will take their job is not a robot. It
Yeah.
will be another human using AI
Yeah,
tools.
absolutely. But we're going to have to leave that there because we've run out of time. But thank you so much for talking to us today, gentlemen. That was a Senior Deputy Speaker Ferdinand Hernandez, head of the Philippine delegation to the 2026 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and Philippine Ambassador to the World Trade Organization, Ambassador Dondi Teehankee. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Salamat, Ambassador, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank
Magandang
you.
hapon po.
Magandang
Okay.
hapon.
Safe travels back.